Hello everyone, welcome back to Turf Morehouse TV, and tonight, wherever you are in the world, we have got a watch along against Arsenal where, well, Arsenal thought they were going to win the league today, didn't they? They was hoping and praying on Manchester City's demise during the week, but that wasn't to be, and Arsenal have to then now get something against already relegated Burnley. Burnley, however, a chance to write their name in, well, Manchester City history, shall we say. It's Man City fans have been all over social media, absolutely loathing the club, saying how much they love Burnley Football Club and really want them to win tonight. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? Like I said, Burnley have a chance to upset the apple cart. It could be an interesting day after a 2-2 draw against Aston Villa. Who knows what is to become of this Burnley side? Mark Jackson has turned the fortunes around, but against an Arsenal side chasing the number one spot in the Premier League, well, I say chasing, they're not, they're occupying it, but they still want it. They are still hoping and praying for that Premier League title. Wayne's in early, says, hi Dan, 1-0 to Burnley, up the Clarets. I'll tell you what, we have been a bogey team for them, haven't we? We have been a little bit of a bogey team. I think it was only a couple of years ago we won 1-0. Aubameyang on goal. We frustrated them with a few draws and things like that. It is going to make for an interesting one. I'll give you that. I'd like to see Burnley start with a high intensity, try and put Arsenal on the back foot. Why my glasses look like they're on the like I've been drinking. Wow, right there, I think we're sorted. Max in as well says, good evening. I hope to God we don't gift wrap it to them efforts tonight. I'm a little bit like that. See, recently, I know how much Arsenal have been cheats. Let's call it what it is. You know, there was the Koscielny handball that we've had against us over the years. I sort of want another name on the Premier League other than Man City, but then I sort of get the Man City thing and not wanting Arsenal to, because they've cheated us the last couple of years, and especially with the way things have gone actually in the Premier League this season, it's almost like it's just in their favour to win it. Chris, hope you're well as well, says hoping a good performance tonight. Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. As I say, we are going to be about a minute to 30 seconds behind, so please no spoilers if you can. It would really massively help, and then you can get my live reaction to everything as it happens. But yeah, we'll have a look at the teams very shortly. If you haven't seen already, Burnley are unchanged from the performance against Villa, and I think Odegaard has come in at Arsenal, welcome back by the Arsenal hierarchy. What does it mean for Mikel Arteta? Let's just say that as well. You know, what does it mean for Mikel Arteta? If he does not get them a title, does he get the sack? However, if he doesn't get the Premier League but gets the Champions League, does he still keep his job? Give us your thoughts. Let us know what you think as well. For Burnley, like I say, still on the hunt for a manager. No news at the moment, and to be honest, I'm glad in a way, because it gives us a chance to see the season out, and it means them upstairs are probably taking a positive look by doing some due diligence and actually looking for a decent appointment. That's what we can hope for anyway. Like I say, Alan Pace can get this right by making the right appointment. Scott Parker couldn't, no matter how much well he did. That said, this is Burnley's final away game of the season. It's also Arsenal's last home game of the season as well. City play tomorrow night away at Bournemouth. The players are in the tunnel. I think like I say, Burnley just playing for pride now. Arsenal with something still to play for. Afternoon, Mr. Ali. Hope you're well. Max says, can't stand Arsenal. Anyone to win trophies than them. The players are just about to make their way onto the pitch here at the Emirates Stadium. And Arsenal are really, really making it a fortress for themselves. There's flames, smoke, the whole shebang. Let's have a look at the teams then as the players come out. We'll have a look. Starting with the home side, Arsenal. David Raya starts in goal. Christian Mosquera, William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes and Ricardo Calafiore are the back four. Martin Odegaard, Declan Rice and Eberechi Eze play in a midfield three with Bukayo Saka, Kai Havertz and Leandro Trossard up top in a 4-3-3. Subs are Kepa, Hincapié, Jesus and a couple of others. I just didn't do it in time. Burnley, however, like I said, unchanged. Max Weiss in goal, Kyle Walker, Axel Tuanzebe, Maxime Esteve making his 100th Claret appearance, Lucas Pires on the left, Florentino Luis, Ugachukwu and Chauner, Hannibal and Jadon Anthony just behind. Up top, Zian Fleming. It's good to see Amdouni make the bench as well. I think when I do the edits in future, the one thing I will say is probably not to make the writing so small that you can't read it, Daniel. That might, be a bit of a help. But yeah, they're the teams. What are you thinking? How do you think this is going to be? Ali says I'm expecting a drubbing for Burnley tonight. Yeah, I think we're going to be on the receiving end of a bit of a spanking, but you never know. You do never know. What Mark Jackson has up his sleeve, time will tell. Time will tell. So it should be an interesting game for the Clarets. I just want to see us attack a team. Not just put 11 men behind the ball. Like I say, for me, I didn't get to see the Aston Villa performance. I was doing a 10k, so it's not really. At the time, I couldn't do it. I couldn't see it. I'll probably. You know what, Chris? Yeah, I reckon he would be. I reckon he will be our new number one. Like I say, it's expected that Dubravka's probably going to go back to his home nation, maybe, and get a club there. But we've seen that with ex-players nearing the end of their career. I think we saw players like Matej Vidra went back where he came from to try and ply his trade. We've seen it with other big names as well, like Neymar returned to Santos. But we are underway. The referee hasn't kicked off. Ball now with Max Weiss, who goes long. I haven't sorted out the timer or anything. So this is what happens when you're all put the score up. That'd help. But there we are. Max Vice goes long, looking for Fleming. Saliba up. Burnley still have it with Pires. Does well to turn. Saka. He's got Jadon Anthony, who's cut inside, found Hannibal. He loses it, but it's going to be a Burnley corner. Good early pressure by the Clarets. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Rodriguez? It's going to be a Burnley set piece. Jadon Anthony returning to a former stomping ground where he played his youth. Anthony goes shot. It's going to be another Burnley corner. Tried to do something off the training pitch. Anthony played a short one to Hannibal, who tried to flick it back. Kai Havertz was there to call it out. Looks like Anthony's going to try and in-swing this one, looking for potentially the head of Esteve. The ball comes in. It's headed up only as far as Fleming. It's a shot, and it's just wide of the mark. Burnley claiming a corner. But it's Florentino Luis with the effort. Just see it from this angle, the corner. It's headed out by Trossard. Burnley were trying to claim another corner from it, but nothing given. I love how people still call it an happy place, even though it's been an absolute shit heap for us this season, hasn't it? But I still do like that though. Ball in the centre of the park with Martin Odegaard. Now Arsenal enjoying a spell of early possession. Saka finds the run of Mosquera. He finds Eze. He finds Saka again. One touch football by Arsenal, and Esteve is alert enough to clear away. Like I say, I think Arsenal hurt us more if we actually allow them to play this sort of football. We need to nullify that. That for me, that's what I'd anticipate and expect. Fleming does well to put Saliba under pressure, just narrowly misses out on the interception. Now the ball with Trossard. Rice gets it back from the fullback. Arsenal trying to look at opening Burnley up here. Calafiori has it on the far side. Chowner puts him under some pressure. Makes Arsenal work the ball back. And it's Rice again in the centre. As I say, Arsenal, to be fair, trying to look for that opening, but Burnley standing resolute. Yeah, I don't get that haircut. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's a strange one, isn't it? Mosquera. Rice. Intercepted. Luis manages to get it away. Ugochukwu applying some pressure. Havertz tried to look for the run of Mosquera, or Mosquera, however you pronounce his name. The fullback didn't anticipate the run on the overlap, and it's gone out for a Burnley goal kick. Gyökeres, 9 goals in his last 13 appearances. On the bench today for the home side. I'm not sure what's happened. Odegaard finds Declan Rice, gets the 1-2, tries to go long for Trossard. Kyle Walker tried to cut out the move, did well, let it run over and past him. It's going to be a Burnley throw. I'm guessing the commentary team are talking about something to do with the black armbands that Arsenal are wearing. Which wore as a mark of respect for somebody in North London. Regarding Burnley, this will be the last watch along of the season. I won't be able to bring a watch along to you for the Wolves game. I'm going to be away. So this will be the last watch along for Burnley this season. However, we will be doing some World Cup stuff, so don't think we're going to just go into hiding. There's still lots to come. That's if you even asked about this World Cup. Eze finds Declan Rice, who's quite the key figure in the middle of the park. Calafiori picks out Eze, who goes down very, very cheaply. Let's have a look at this move again. He just go down really, like, it's like the faintest of touches and Eze has gone down on his arse. It's Arsenal with the free kick opportunity. Ball whipped in. Vice is up. Tries to push it away. Burnley need to clear. Walker's up there. Shot that's sort of headed wayward. It is going to be a goal kick. Shot by Gabriel. 18 minutes to go. Not long now, boys. City will be happy we're even playing in City Blue as well, won't they? Vice goes long. Hannibal picks out Chowner. Burnley come forward. Can Burnley have a chance? Chowner goes for the shot. Calafiore does well to block. Burnley still applying some pressure. Tuanzebe manages to get it away. Eze's turned his man. Fleming does well to intercept it. It's going to be an Arsenal throw-in. Trossard surely's got to go in the book here. Trossard surely got to go in the book. This will get checked by VAR. But Trossard's no need to get involved. Fleming does well to get the ball. Trossard comes over and just literally pushes Zian Fleming to the ground. If he's not booked, then it just goes to show how incompetent the Premier League are. That's a foul and a yellow card. But I suppose if the referee don't see it, he can't book him. He's won the ball as Fleming. And then Trossard pushes him. That's the other way around. That's a yellow card. Just saying. But Arsenal are top at league, aren't they? So to be expected in games like this. Saka does well to turn. Finds Havertz. Saka, it looks like he's going to try and curl one. Burnley do well to deflect it. I think it's come off Lucas Pires last. Might be Maxime Esteve actually, I'm not sure. It's Esteve that's getting the plaudits. I think it does, yeah. It just deflects off the forehead of Maxime Esteve. It loops over for another Arsenal corner. The time may say a difference on the screen, but like I say, from what I'm watching, I were a bit behind on putting this timer on. But 13 minutes in, still 0-0 and Arsenal with this set piece. Go short, Odegaard on the edge of the box, try to play it through. Pulled back across, shot, and it's trying to claim a corner. Havertz is trying to claim a corner, but it's going to be a goal kick. Let's have a look here again. To be fair, yeah, I think there is scope for them to shout for a corner. I think it does just take a nick off Fleming's thigh, but hey, when do we ever win anything in the Premier League? Arsenal try to come forward again. This could be something we see a lot of. Trossard gets to the edge, takes a shot, he's hit the post, and Burnley have to clear. He should be on a yellow card, to be fair. I can't shake that off. Why he's not been booked for that, pushing someone to the ground. It was with intent. Things like that should still be able to be looked at, because he's intentionally perverted the rules of play. It's just showing it again. He does well to cut inside, gets the 1-2 from Eze, sorry. Cuts in again, just opens his body up a little bit, and I'll be honest, Vice is beaten there. But if Vice is any later to that, it hits the back of him and goes in, so only 75 to hang on now, Mac. Trossard again. Beats Kyle Walker. Tries to go for an early cross. Pires cuts it out. Only as far as Eze tries to go for a ball over the top. It is going to be a goal kick. Kyle Walker should be a lot stronger there. Pires needs to wake up there as well, because as much as he intercepts on the edge of the box, Eze picks up the loose ball in the middle of the park. Pires needs to be dropping back, because you can see the intention from Eze is to try and pick out Saka on the far side, which with Pires dropping more central leaves him wide open. Hannibal. Does well to skip past his man. Tries to dink one to the back post. Pires is there. And tries to keep it in, but Jadon Anthony can't. He does well. Can he get one in? Blocked. Now Havertz tries to get away. Arsenal, they're trying to claim for everything. You literally touch them and they're trying to claim for it. Bullshit. Ball over the top. Challoner tries to keep it in. Hannibal, he went down a bit too early for my liking. Yeah, that's a fair point actually. When you put it like that, Mike. Eze tries to look towards Christian Mosquera. Now with Odegaard, centre of the park. As Havertz coming deep for it. Has to go back. Now Gabriel. Now Pires has to watch Saka here. Saka tries to dink one towards the back stick. Havertz lurking, but it evades him. It's gone out for another goal kick. Like I say, for Arsenal, I think all they need to do is keep really this momentum up for themselves if that's what they want to try and achieve. Their objective that they're trying to achieve this season, but those chances are coming for the home side. I don't know what's happened there, but Mosquera's gone down to the floor. He's holding his face. Even Jadon Anthony's saying, I've not touched him. He's back up as though nobody's even touched him himself. And wins the cheap free kick. Yeah, well said, Joe. Big up to the fans that made the trip. Like I say, we know what to play for now. The fact that fans are still going to the game just goes to show how much we support this club. Hope you're well as well. Burnley till I die. Greetings to yourself. Hope you're well, Hefe. And that doesn't surprise me if there's more Arsenal fans in the way end. I hope so too, Joe. I hope so too. True, there will be a lot of London clarets there, like Max said. Wouldn't surprise me. Rice. Plays it back to Mosquera. Mosquera? I wish I knew how to pronounce his name. You know them videos they do at the start of the Premier League? Oh, loads, Joe. Loads. Odegaard. Finds Rice. Burnley trying to carve opportunities. Now Arsenal go up the other end instantly. Havertz in, alert to the ball from Odegaard, and it has gone for another Burnley goal kick. William Chowner tries to battle with Gabriel for it. Calafiore to Trossard. Tries to get one in. Chuenzebe is up. Does well to clear. Steph finds Fleming. A bit of a wayward touch. Somehow still got it though. Zian Fleming. And tried to put Chowner through. Intercepted by Gabriel. The Arsenal backline telling Arsenal to calm down. But the chances will come. Rice looks for an option. Finds Odegaard. It's been a bit of foul. Taken quickly. Probably Joe, yeah. Burnley Wolves, it's not an eye-opening fixture, is it? Unless you support either club. .65 to go. Max got the belief. Ball over the top. And Burnley do well to get it away. Chuenzebe. Now with Fleming. Looks for Chowner. Chowner's on the run. He's got Hannibal with him. Hannibal's there. Takes a touch. And Declan Rice gets in front of him. That was a brilliant ball by Chowner, by the way, to pick out Hannibal. Quick overlap by Burnley on the counter. It's Ugachukwu who got to get the ball over. Hannibal plays it to Fleming. Fleming with a neat pass to Chowner, and You can see the run of Hannibal coming forward. Takes a touch, and Rice just does enough to take it off his toes. Hello, Katie. Hope you're well. Hannibal does well to cut out the Arsenal move. Got Anthony to his left. He tries to put Hannibal in. He's being watched by Gabriel, who's gone down like a sack of shit. To be expected by Hannibal. Is Hannibal booked? The referee's booking Hannibal. It was... What? How was that a booking? We all know what Gabriel is like in the Premier League. He drops to the ground very, very easily when put under pressure. You know that's exactly what he's going to do. It's his trademark. Goes and does it, and Hannibal gets a yellow card, even though both players dropped. I know, but delaying a restart is just a... It's just the Premier League's way of trying to find corruption. Ball through for Rice. Tries to go over the top. Ogachukwu there. Burnley tried to get it away again. Eze with a shot on the turn. Good save by Max Weiss. Well held by the young keeper. Odegaard picks up Saka to his right. He's got two to contend with him, Pires and Anthony. He's tried to dink it past Max Weiss and he's done pretty well there. However, Burnley managed to clear. Hannibal. Gabriel's up his arse again and Hannibal's not really happy that he's being put under that much pressure. He's even saying to the referee, like, are you going to get a grip of this game or what? Yeah, exactly. There never is. I agree now with why people of like a certain age go. It's like a bunch of prima donnas now. They literally go down like so easy. It's not great. It's just showing that Saka situation again. Does the ball go out of play? No, it don't. It stays in play. To be fair, the whip on it is something else. Harvey says we need Arsenal to get second again. Forever the bridesmaid. Maybe not this season though. A chance for them from a corner. Saka goes short. Finds Odegaard. There's lots and lots of Arsenal bodies. Burnley tried to get it away. Chowner can. Mascara is down on his arse again. Oh, love you, Esme. Love you, Princess. It's not been a bad podcast so far, to be fair. To be fair, yeah, Talksport do give him a lot of airtime in that sense. Hannibal picks out Florentino, goes back to Ugachukwu, to Nzebe. He's got Kyle Walker up there, but decides to go for Estev. How you doing, Colin? Hope you're well. Says, come on, Burnley. The arrogant bunch need taking down a peg or two. Kyle Walker tries to fizz a ball over the top. Mascara with the header back to Raya. Burnley do well to get back into shape quickly there. Yeah, Matt, going off what you said with Talksport, like I said, there's a lot of loving for Arsenal at the minute in terms of their own fans, but everybody else is like, nah, not having it. Same with Liverpool. I think everybody else are almost like, nah, don't give it Liverpool. I don't think, to be fair, I think people hate Liverpool more under Slot than they did Klopp. But then yet again, I think Liverpool fans hate Liverpool under Slot than they did Klopp. So it's not hard, really, is it? Oh, put across the box. Arsenal are looking for a penalty here. Saka's gone down and he stayed down on the deck. He's claiming he's been fouled. But Burnley still have the ball in possession. Back with Estev. Finds Pires. Hannibal. Ugachukwu. Saka's up and back in play now, and he's still got his arms aloft, trying to look, wondering what's happening. It was a good ball across. Let's have a look at this. Saka comes across his man. Nah, it's two people going for ball. I'm sorry, but nah, VAR are checking it. VAR are actually checking it. I'm sorry, but he's pulled his leg back to go for the shot. Lucas Pires. Yeah, well done, referee. Well done. Arteta's running around trying to claim something. You know what? I'm so glad that's not been given. Hopefully that goes to show that when they actually do drop like a sack of shit, that not every time they do, it's a foul. I will say one thing though, Trossard's had Kyle Walker on toast. Odegaard with a shot, deflected. It's going to be a corner. I think it's come off a Estev again. Calafiori, who played the ball back across to Odegaard. Chances coming thick and fast for the home side. Oh no, it comes off Ugachukwu. Ugachukwu's buck cheek. Another corner. for Burnley. Saka with this. He's got Trossard, Mascara and Calafiori at the back post. Kyle Walker having to watch all three. We're probably going to make that darting run into the centre of the box. And they do just as the corner whips in. Saka goes for front post. Header up. And it's Kai Havertz. Arsenal 1-0 up here. On the basis of the performance, you'd probably say that they deserve the goal, but again, it's another set piece that we've conceded from. Why is a player like Kai Havertz free as a bird? Why is he free? Nobody marking him at all. Nobody whatsoever. Again, sharp defending by Burnley. Having an unmarked Kai Havertz who's there, who's meant to be the main focal point up top for them in this game. And he's left unmarked. Absolutely unreal. I really don't get that. What do Burnley have? Say, come the final day, Burnley could officially finish bottom of the league if they get beat off Wolves. Hannibal. Chowner had a brilliant game against Aston Villa. Tries to put a ball across. Arsenal. Rice cuts the move out, goes for a corner to Burnley. Straight up the opposite end, the Clarets. Ball fizzed over. Header up by Ugachukwu and nobody there to put David Raya under some pressure. Now, Rice tries to get Arsenal on the counter quickly and Burnley do well. Max Weiss takes the piss out of Leandro Trossard. And there's still time yet, Harves. Don't cave in yet. The game's not over. Oh, wow. There's the faintest of touches by Jadon Anthony, but Eze drops like a sack of shit. The thing is with these players at the big clubs is the reason why they get these big money moves is because they know how to cheat the system. They know I ain't getting to this ball, so if I drop and make it look like I've been pushed in the back like by some 23 stone, 6'7" bloke who literally has to touch me and I dropped down. Honestly. Arsenal come forward again. Saka. Odegaard tries to look for Saka, but it's a heavy touch. It's going to be another goal kick for Burnley, and only a few minutes left of this first half. Ball pumped long by Vice, but it's Arsenal who now have it in their possession. Well, yeah, there is that. Kai Havertz. Now to Saka. Tries to bend one in! And it's just wide of the post. Not a bad effort by the young Englishman. To be fair, he has a lot of time and space there. And I dare say Max Vice needs to be a little bit quicker at anticipating that curling effort. And I still think even if it was on target, I don't think the keeper would have even got to it. So Burnley have still been a lot better though, a lot better than the performances would have been under another certain manager. Now Lucas Pires. Ogachukwu. Two minutes added on at the end of this first half. I'm not entirely sure what's gone on here. You're trying to claim handball there. That's bull crap. There's no way that that's even being looked at. Hand by his side. And I won't roll it out. We have frustrated them a little bit. No, we haven't just sat back and absorbed pressure after pressure. I know that they've had a lot of opportunities and you expect no less against the side top of the league, but Burnley have also given a good account of themselves so far. Carl Walker does well. Under the challenge, Trossard. Takes his throw in for Burnley quickly. Max Weiss picks out Ugachukwu, who's got the space here. Nobody put him under any pressure. He's got the run of Pires. And Anthony does well to pick out Walker. Finds Chowner. Is he going to try and take on his man? He's got 2 for company. And the half-time whistle goes. I'm surprised it's gone there. I thought Burnley might have got the ball, been able to be given the chance to get the ball into the box, but the referee puts a halt to proceedings. It is 1-0, and Neil said 0-0, wishful thinking, but it is 0-0 at the break, 1-0 at the break to the home side. And Arsenal, as it stands, currently on course to take it to that final day. We'll be back with the second half soon. I need to go make a drink and go for a wee. So I will see you in about 10 minutes' time. Stay tuned. So the second half set to get underway. I mean, Anthony's in. He says, "I don't hope you're well. We should be more than 1-0 up, but let's see what the second half brings." The second half has just kicked off. Let's get that sorted out. It's going to be a free kick to Burnley early on as well. Let's see what you guys have said. Anthony said that as well, what the second half brings. Matt said, just same old Arsenal really, isn't it? Hitting the deck every 2 minutes for nothing. Then same old Burnley, leaving a player unmarked to then get a header and score. Gingerelli seems to think the keeper was at fault. I don't think Vass is at fault. I think Vass could have come out. Yeah. That I will say, Vass could have come off his line. But for me personally, I don't think it is Vice in that scenario. When you look at it at half time, it showed that Hannibal and I can't remember who else it were actually there was two men on Gabriel, leaving Kai Havertz free as anything. If anything, one of them hiccups, worst time to start during a watch along. One of them should have been watching Havertz and not leaving him free. And yeah, the zonal marking as well. Zonal marking is just shocking. I mean, like I say, a lot of people probably were expecting us to get absolutely drubbed, and I know there's another 45 minutes worth of football to be played, but you know, let's not beat around the bush. I think if we'd have sacked Parker a lot earlier, based on this performance alone, we'd have been safe this season. Like you can't really tell me any different. I honestly believe that we would have stayed up if we'd have sacked him sooner. We have a lot more freedom to our play. It looks like we've got a bit more about us. I was reading as well, there's a lot of talk about Pep apparently leaving Manchester City. Like, why would he want to leave? That's the question I need to ask. Like, I need to ask you guys. Why would Pep want to leave Manchester City? Yeah, that is a good point. That's something I think you and Matt can actually come to an agreement on. The referee really needs to keep an eye on Gabriel, who's every time Fleming goes up for the ball, he's got two hands practically hooked around Fleming, and I think Fleming's letting the referee know that. Arsenal having a good spell of possession. But hey, Chris, don't rule it out. You never know. You never know. That'd be some story, wouldn't it? Is he leaving because of the charges? Because of the 115 charges? Is he thinking if I go... Who knows? Who knows? No, it's just watching Burnley this season, Ali. You know how it is. Also, I've been sleeping like shit, to be honest. So ball over the top by Max Weiss. Headed away. It's going to be a Burnley throw-in. Arsenal sit at the top with 7 of the most 1-0 wins this season. Ogachukwu tried to find the run of Chowner, but to no avail. Jadon Anthony does well to steal in front of his man. He's gone for goal from range, off the ball. The referee's claiming something's happened off the ball here with Ian Fleming. I'd like to see what happened there. But Eze's wayward pass. Anthony's gone for goal from range, but it's... No, I don't think there's anything in that by Gabriel and Fleming, to be honest. Fleming looks for it. I said, Ali, I'm watching on Now TV, so I am going to be a bit behind. Which is why I said that, to be fair, you know, if I can, no spoilers by people, because then I can give you my raw reaction. Ball across the box by Burnley. Nothing comes of it. It's a good ball by Jadon Anthony, but no one in there to attack it. Oh, I agree, John. Colin, sorry. Now Calafiore, he's got Trossard free. Kyle Walker's having to watch closely here at what Trossard can do. Still kept alive by Arsenal. They're trying to literally play a ball into the box, and before the ball's even touched anyone, his arms up, trying to claim. I actually really do hope we put a stop to Arsenal winning it now. I can't see it, but was that a save by Vice, or has it gone over? Has it not actually gone over? It's a good shot into the ground by Eze. I think, to be fair, I think Vice does get a fingertip to it. If he does, it's ever so slightly, but either way, it's been given a goal kick. Kyle Walker. Finds Chowner. A little bit of a heavy touch by him. I've seen the rumours that apparently he's on a short list of wingers wanted by Everton. I know they're trying to bring the age down in that squad, but they have got players like Tyler Diblin already of young quality. Chowner's apparently on a short list for Everton. I think if he stays with us, I think he'd be a really good asset in the Championship. Chance for Arsenal. Again, Esteve does well. Good ball by Trossard over the top for Havertz. He just dinks it over for Eze to head in, but I think Max Vars would have had that covered. Hey Chris, if that's true, I'd take Gabriel Jesus. I think he'd want lots of money though. Also, I don't know about recruitment. Like I say, I think we need to get the managerial appointment right first before we even think about recruitment, in my opinion. We need to be bringing players in that the manager wants. Chauner. Florentino. Pires is still there. Hannibal does well. Wins the ball. Jadon Anthony. Finds Walker. Is he going to be able to dink one in here? Fleming slips. I think if Fleming don't slip there, it's a good chance for Burnley, but Burnley try and keep this move alive. Hannibal. He's going to go for a shot from range and I say from range, he's quite near the edge of the box. But it is rising. The fact Burnley are actually having, chances though is a very big plus. Speaking of very big pluses, Amdouni is on the bench. Are we going to see Zeki make an appearance at some point today? If you don't know what I mean by big plus, obviously look at the flag of the nation he plays for. At 1-0, this game still very much is quite open. Like I say, there's not much really in the sides. Of course, you expected a lot more pressure from the home side. They've made this stadium absolutely rock according to social media, and apparently the away end is absolutely full of Arsenal fans as well. Florentino takes a bit of a nick at Eze. He's fortunate to get away with not going into the referee's book. Pires does well to keep this ball in play. Stop it from going for a corner, but now again it's Arsenal. Saka tries to take a shot from an awkward angle. It's into the side netting. Like it would have been ruled out anyway. I think Havertz is offside. Linesman's flag did go up. just pan round to the Arsenal fans and you'd think they'd be happy. If I had a chance to get it, Chris, I'd do it. Like I say, I'd just love to be given the opportunity to comment on a game with, commentate on a game with Phil Bird. That'd be something for me. I'm going to actually mention it, but no, I don't think he's retired. I don't think he's retiring. No, there's not a job for commentator. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't mind the chance to be able to do it with him. That'd be something. I know Visa has done it. But I really would love the chance to commentate on the game. That looks a sore one on Mascara. I think it's Jadon Anthony. He just stands on his foot. Going to be a free kick to Arsenal. 62 on the clock. If there's one thing, Burnley, it's set pieces and not our friends. Like I said, zonal marking is shocking. I mean, the flag's gone up for offside. Max Vice telling Burnley to get forward. Looking for Fleming. Tries to look for Chowner. Ugachukwu still trying to get it under pressure. Still has it. Finds Jadon Anthony. He's got 2 to contend with. Can't get past Mascaroos. But Burnley stealing here. Chowner! Oh, all he has to do is sort of touch it back. Oh, I thought Burnley were in. That's where we need to be a bit more alive in that final third. Like I say, we're getting into them opportunities. Not something I would have said, like I say, just a couple of weeks ago. Still anybody's game at 1-0. Odegaard, wayward pass, trying to look for the run of Eberechi Eze. And it's out for a goal kick to the Clarets. Mikel Arteta voicing concerns at 1-0. He knows this is edgy, but like I say, you only have to look at that Manchester City game at Turf Moor where we frustrated them as well. Victor Gyökeres warming up on the touchline. Hannibal still picks out Chowner. Finds Kyle Walker. He's got Hannibal on the run. Declan Rice chasing him. Hannibal trying to look for the foul, but doesn't get it. Tuanzebe goes back to his keeper. Now with a Stev. I'm trying my best, Sam. Trying my best. We've had some chances, you know. I'm not going to rule it out. We have had a couple of chances. We've just not been. I mean, to be fair, Phil says it well there. We've panicked in the final third. We're trying to capitalise on Arsenal's attack by counter-attacking, and it's okay. We're getting those opportunities, but like I say, again, the arse falls out as soon as we get so far. But Arsenal are prone to mistakes, and like I say, at 1-0, it's still anybody's game. Hannibal does well to skip past two. Chowner tries to put pressure on. Referee allows play on. Odegaard looks for the run of Mosquera on this far side. Finds Saka. Good pressing by Burnley. Work the ball back towards Declan Rice. He now has time and space to pick out his next pass. But yeah, like I say, we are looking decent. We are getting. For me, it's the principle that we are getting into them positions where only a few weeks back we weren't bothering. We didn't look like we were even interested in playing a game of football. We were just happy enough to turn up and have a Premier League badge on the sleeve. Kai Havertz has gone into the book. It's his first yellow card this season. For a foul on Big Les. To be fair, I think even City fans would still be happy with a draw as well, Sam. It's just showing the other Shukru challenge again. It's Havertz. Havertz's studs are quite. I mean, VAR are looking at a possible red card here for Havertz. His studs are quite high there on the inside leg of Ogachukwu. They are quite high. Like I say, it doesn't look. He's nowhere near the ball. For me, it's all man. There's no intention of the ball. I'm guessing VAR have said no. See, this is the problem, right? This is the problem. There was Trossard in the first half, who should have been booked for pushing Zian Fleming over on his arse. Then you have incidents like that where if it was the shoe was on the other foot and it was Burnley doing that to Arsenal, we'd have seen red. Havertz knows he's got away with one there. The fact that this is a game of importance, I'm surprised that that wasn't given. Apparently there's going to be two changes for Burnley. It's Hannibal who's going to make way. Zeki Amdouni coming on. Yeah, exactly, Fernie. 100%. 100%. If he's wearing a blue shirt, he's off. This is why no one likes VAR. This is why I'm so excited about the Championship, because we can just actually just go about our business, ball hits the back of the net, you celebrate, happy days. None of this bull crap of being checked for 5 minutes. And when it is checked, it's all corrupt bullshit anyway. Looks like there's going to be 2 changes for Arsenal as well. It's Ugachukwu who's come off. Josh Laron makes his way onto the pitch. 3 changes actually for Arsenal, it's looking like. Gyökeres, Hincapié and Mars Lewis Skelly all getting ready. Still no change yet to be made for Arsenal. Maybe we're at the next phase of play, but it's Max Vice with the ball at his feet. He's looking for the option of a Burnley player. And Biz has won over for Pires. To be fair, I think he could have done with going long there. Changes now to happen for Arsenal. Mikel Arteta giving them some words of encouragement. Well, I'm sorry, if the referee signalled over that this is going to be the time to, make changes, you can't just stand there and let the manager talk to them. Oh, Harvey, that would be something, wouldn't it? That would be something. Kai Havertz comes off the pitch. Should be off already anyway. He's off for Hincapié. Eberechi Eze is off. As is Ricardo Calafiore, Luis Skelly, Gyökeres and Hincapié all on. In their place. Arsenal take this throw-in quickly. It's going to be blown for a foul, I believe, but Jadon Anthony's not happy with that. Odegaard saying to Fleming, how many times? How many times? I'm not entirely sure what's happened there. To be fair, Saka's saying the same thing. How many times by Fleming? How many times that you are? And it did. It's a game of football. Physicality is involved in football. You've got to be able to use it. However, it is a free kick. Declan Rice goes again. It's evaded everybody. It's going to be a goal kick. Nobody there to attack it for the Gunners. No, I agree, Colin. That's as good as 3 points for Burnley as that, a 90th minute equaliser. Knowing our luck though, we will bag and VAR will rule it out. Josh Laron is up. Saka under a bit of pressure from Lucas Pires. Kyle Walker picks up the loose ball. Oh. Chauner's on the deck. know if this has been picked up by the camera or not. We'll just see. It's Hincapié who pushes his player to the floor. Gabriel's telling everybody, look, calm down. Ben White's watching on from the stands. As is Mikel Merino. Josh Laurent loses it on the second touch. He's going to give away a cheap free kick here as well. It's taken quickly by Arsenal. Burnley need to look alive. Ball played out wide to Trossard. Hincapié is through. Tuanzebe does well. Hincapié's arse is out. That's not something we expected to see. It's a tangle of legs. And then he stands on his shorts and full butt cracks out. It's another change for the Clarets. Florentino makes way this time, and James Ward-Prowse is on. It's a like-for-like change in the centre of the park. Good pressing by Pires. Does well, but Jadon Anthony's put his team under some pressure as Steph has to look for Max Weiss. Does find him. Gyökeres trying to cheat the system as well, saying he's fouled by Max Weiss, dropping like a sack of shit. Referee needs to get a hold of this game. The keeper's got it. I'm sorry, but if that's given, he's kicked the ball. The keeper gets to the ball. I'm sorry, that's not a pen. If that's a penalty, I swear to God, that's bollocks. I don't think it is. Arteta's still asking the question. Of course he is. Loves a whinge. But to be honest, Chris, it's quite end to end. And like I said, at 1-0, there's still time. How are we doing, Barry? Hope you're well, mate. Ball fizzed in for Burnley. David Raya off his line. Odegaard and Fleming still in a bit of verbals. No, I don't blame you, Colin, at all. Do not blame you. Hope you're well, Barry, though. Fingers crossed we can get some out of it. It's going to make for an interesting last game with us two, isn't it? Anyway, Burnley Wolves, a bit of a nothing game, really. Survival of the shittest, as some people have called it. But we've hit 80 minutes. And there is a lot of nervous Arsenal fans while it's still 1-0. How's that not a free kick? There's a push in the back. Still Arsenal come forward. I'm surprised that's not a free kick to Burnley, though, the opposite way. But in the final 10 minutes, you just know everything's probably going to go in Arsenal's favour. You never know, Chris. Play off for the wooden spoon, Max says. I'm good, Bazza. I'm good, mate. Hopefully everything's good with yourself and the family. Declan Rice. Fleming does well to clear. I'm doing it. To be fair, I've not really seen him do much since he's come on. Josh Laurent having to put David Raya under some pressure. And it is going to go out for a Burnley throw-in. 2 more changes aloft for Burnley. The last 2 changes, I believe it's Bashir Humphreys and Jakob Brun-Larsen. I think it's a Stev that's going off. A Stev and Loom Chowner. To be fair, Stev's looked a little bit knackered. So I can understand the change by Mike Jackson. Declan Rice does well to steal him ahead of Josh Laurent, but he wins it back. He's making Arsenal work the ball back. Laurent's really putting a shift in, trying to run around the perimeters of the pitch. Gyökeres gets in front of Tuanzebe. Max Weiss does well to keep it in. Ward-Prowse looking for the lung-busting run of Lucas Pires. Just can't quite get it. It's going to be a throw into Arsenal, deep in their own half. You know what, Ali? Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Jonathan Hill's still here. I thought he would have gone with Scott Parker. Not entirely sure what's happening now, but referee telling Odegaard to hurry up. Odegaard trying every dirty tactic in the book to try and waste time. Gyökeres as well throwing himself in front of everything, like just trying to be a nuisance. But I don't know, Barry. it's still something to play for in that sense, isn't it? Because you guys could not finish bottom. I think there's just a lot been said. I think obviously we're looking at the fans forum and what Rob Edwards said about there's a lot of essentially basically said there's a lot of crap that we need to get rid of here, which doesn't instill confidence in the players at his disposal with the season still, with games to play. That said, 5 left here, and whatever is added on. Can Burnley do Manchester City a favour? Jadon Anthony finds. How does Arsenal get a free kick there? Right, Declan Rice trips himself up and still gets the free kick. Yeah. Long punt forward by David Raya. Right. You can see the Burnley players now are getting really pissed off and frustrated because as soon as Arsenal get near the ball, they literally just go straight on their arse. Look, Lewis Skelly's laughing. Even he knows. The Burnley players are getting really pissed off and naffed off with the way that this is going. I don't think we will be, Barry, to be honest. It would not surprise. Like I say, I'm expecting a big turnover in the summer. I think it's to be expected. We're going to lose some of our players that have done all right. Free kick for Arsenal. Whipped in there, headed away to the edge of the box. Shot from range by Trossard. I would say if that had sailed in, that would have been a contender for goal of the season. Carl Walker's asking a lot of Burnley, saying, look, I need you to come into space. I need you to make this move count. Now Gyökeres. Ward-Prowse. Intercepted. Arsenal come forward again. Trossard. Watched by Ward-Prowse this time. He's got Walker watching Odegaard on the edge. Gone for a goal kick. Lewis Skelly couldn't keep it in and Burnley tried to take it quickly. Now with Jadon Anthony, who's, to be fair, deep in his own half. I need to see runners. Need to see runners. How you doing, Aidan? Hope you're well, mate. It has been a long time, to be fair. Yeah, hope you're well. Bit of a heavy touch by Amdouni. Header up. Gets it again. Jadon Anthony. Zian Fleming. Put under pressure by Saka. Tries to get to the loose ball. Gyökeres is going to make a nuisance of himself again. He's already looking at trying to get in front of the play. Burnley do well to ignore his plight for trying to get something out of Burnley. You know what, Ali, you've hit the nail on the head. We've actually have to give a really good account of ourselves. Oh, good to hear it, Aidan. Good to hear it. 7 minutes. 7 minutes added on. Can Burnley muster something to really throw a spanner into the works? Oh, whipped in deep. Fleming's up there. They're going to say the keeper's fouled. Gabriel's saying that Fleming's going to get a card here. Ray has gone down holding the top of his butt cheek. This is what I don't get right. As an attacker, how are you not allowed? How are you not allowed to actually go in for the challenge? If the ball is there to be won, you've got to be going up. Ben White, Jury and Timber, Mikel Moreno, all down there waiting for that full-time whistle. Basically, could mean Arsenal have one hand on the trophy. He's always wasting time. The shithouse. It's going to be a double substitution for Arsenal. Gabriel Martinelli is on for Trossard. And replacing Martin Odegaard is Zubamendi. Yeah, he is. He is, so he'll be lapping this up like no tomorrow. Trash off, trash on, Colin says. We've played 3 of the added 7. Ball played over the top, into space, nobody there. Header up, Ward-Prowse as well. Kyle Walker. It's going to be a yellow card for Lucas Pires. It is a bit of a high foot there by the left back. There's not much time now. If Burnley are going to do something, they really, really need to pile on that pressure. But with nothing to play for, you'd think this is probably the game now for Arsenal. Think towards the back stick. Cleared as far as I'm doing it. He's objecting. It's going to be a free kick to Burnley. Arsenal trying to time waste here. Of course they are. Arteta waves his arms around that much. You'd think he actually is like influencing the game with how much he tickles his arm about. Well, Arsenal could be in here. Kyle Walker has done very, very well there against Gabriel Martinelli. It almost looked like Martinelli was through. Gotta say, fair play to Kyle Walker there. One minute left. Bashir Humphries. Pires. Ward-Prowse. I've barely got anything to throw at Arsenal. Brun Larson. Ward-Prowse again. Tuanzebe. Finds Anthony has now come onto this near side. Literally 30 seconds. Zeki Amdoune tries to get in front of his man. Can't. It's going to be a goal kick. And that could be it. That could be it for Arsenal. Is Arsenal going to see this game out at 1-0? Minutes are over. It's seconds now. David Raya, time wasting. Why? Arsenal fans jumping around and jubilant, but it's not over yet. Max Vice pumps the ball forward. Big punt up top. And Burnley now pushing everybody forward. Wouldn't this be some story? Kyle Walker. Long throw into the box. Headed up. Kyle Walker's there again. Can he get another ball in? It's up. Cleared by Arsenal. It's going to be an Arsenal throw in. That should be everything. Arteta's waving his arms around saying that should be everything. It's going to be another throw into Arsenal. We're still going here. I think it's still going to be finished 1-0. But we're in the 99th minute now. And that's it. We've had Arsenal taking it to the corner flag in the dying minutes. We had Manchester City taking it to the corner flag in the dying minutes. Arsenal have one hand on the Premier League trophy. They're 5 points clear with Manchester City still to play tomorrow away at Bournemouth. Bournemouth still have something to play for with European hopes on the cusp. Man City need to do their bit tomorrow, but Arsenal have done theirs. And I tell you what, you know what? I'm not even going to carry on talking about, Arsenal, and fair enough. If they win the Prem, they win the Prem, so be it. But, again, I've got to speak about how much we at Burnley Football Club have changed and adapted. How since the change of manager, we look more predominant on the pitch. We are actually showing what we've got in our locker. What we can achieve. What's been withheld under that last manager. I'll just leave it there. I'll leave it there. I'm happy with that Burnley performance. On another day, we could have nicked something out of that. And it's come down to just a lacklustre bit of defending to decide this game. And like Barry says, 1-0 loss on their ground is no disgrace. Not at all. Totally agree. Totally agree. Just like to say thank you very much. I mean, Colin says they're champions in waiting. Are you having a laugh? Well done, Burnley, for giving them a good run for their money. All the best in the champs. I'm sure you'll bounce back. Appreciate that, Colin. Really, really do. Like I say, we're going to have some championship watch-alongs, championship previews. Should be good. Should be good. There's lots still to come during the summer as well. Thank you very much to you all for watching. Thank you for sticking with us. Really do appreciate it. Also, if you can, join us tomorrow night, 8 p.m, where we'll be doing our match preview for the Arsenal game, for the Wolves game, and talking everything about this fixture, to be honest. So yeah, tune in for that, 8 p.m. tomorrow. As I say, it's just one of them where Arsenal got plucky. They got very plucky in the end, and still managed to nick it 1-0. Take care, everyone. Up the Clarets. Up the Clarets, indeed.